Hey guys, me Dave. It's 10/7, 2021. It's Thursday already. Tomorrow's Friday. I can't believe it. I'm telling you guys, the weeks fly by. The 5 days, from Monday to Friday, it goes so fast when you're dealing with this stuff, and you're not working. You know, I would love to work. There's a lot of good paying jobs out there and all this stuff. They won't let me work. They just won't do it. They won't. They just won't do it. They will try to ruin it. They'll make you super tired so you oversleep for your shift and all this stuff, and they'll sabotage um, everything you're trying to do if you try to work. You might be able to hold a job for 3 or 6 months, and then they will totally ruin it and get the workers involved and all this stuff. I've been through it twice already, where they ruined a couple jobs for me, and they lasted about 6 months. And I was a good worker, hard worker, and all this stuff, kicking ass at my job. And these guys get involved and they ruin it. They have the staff, other staff involved, and they chase you out of there. It's like gang stalking at work. They see parts of your life, and they do all kinds of things. They mimic you and all this stuff, and I'd love to work at least 2 days a week somewhere, but they won't let me. They'll ruin it for me. So what's the point? I applied at so many places, and as far as jobs go, and I haven't got any calls back. Nobody called me back, and I applied at probably 10, 12 jobs where I have a lot of experience in, and nobody calls me back. I find that odd when they have a sign out in their yard, or their the place in the yard. They have a sign out there saying, "We're hiring. We'll offer this if you come work for us," and blah blah blah. And nobody calls me back. It's unreal. I just wanted to work 2 days a week, and they just won't let it happen. They don't want me to work. They want me to sit here and get tortured and experiment on me and all this stuff. So I was going to tell you some. Okay, so I had this. If you guys are new to watching me, I had a gang stalking sign. They left on my back fence. It said gang stalker. It said gang staker. I don't know if they did that on purpose or what, but it said gang staker. So I don't know if they could spell, or if they messed up, or what the deal is, if that was on purpose or what. But they left this sign on my back fence, and I took it off, and it was on my security camera. I had security cameras at the time, and they ruined that. They hit my security cameras, so they wouldn't work anymore. But I didn't think to go back and check and see who put the sign up, if I could see him or not. But I took the sign off, and I brought it inside. I took a picture of it. I posted it on Facebook. I made a video about it on YouTube and all this stuff. This is a few years ago now already. Okay, so you know what they did? When I think it was the last time I was in the hospital, in February, when they were hitting me super hard. I felt pulses of energy hitting my body, and they were hitting me with images this fast. I'm telling you, it was this fast, hitting images in my head this fast, and pulses of energy through my whole body, super fast. I called for help. A police officer came. He came and took me. He took me down to the hospital and all this stuff. Okay, so I explained about this. I told him the truth. I'm being hit with weapons, microwave weapons and all this stuff. So I was there for 12 hours, and then they let me go. Okay, but here's the thing. My gang stalking sign is gone. So they either had my relative take it out of the house and throw it away, or did something with it. It's not here. I had it in my room, and it's gone. I was gonna save that for evidence. Okay, now I took pictures of that gang stalking sign, and I posted it on Facebook, and I did a video about it on YouTube. I don't know if the video's still up. I'd have to go back and check. It was quite a few years ago, you know. Okay, so they went into my Facebook account and deleted that pic that I had of that sign, because they know what I'm thinking. They're reading our thoughts in real time. They know what we're thinking, you guys. They're reading our thoughts in real time. Now, if some people say, well, they can't read your thoughts and all this stuff, I would question who those people are, because that's not true. They are reading our thoughts in real time. And I thought about, okay, so they want to call me delusional. I thought about bringing that sign to my nurse practitioner and saying, look at this. Do I look delusional? Look at this sign. We're watching you. Boom, boom. All the stuff it said on that sign. Gang staker. You know, because he can't spell. You know, and I was going to show my nurse practitioner, they're threatening my life on this sign. Whether they mean it or not, they're still threatening. It's evidence. You know? So they took that sign, they deleted it off my Facebook page. I don't know if they deleted it off YouTube or not. It was quite a few years ago. But I had evidence of that sign, and they took it, you know. Just like I had a memory card full of good evidence, you guys. I mean, you could see the gang stalkers in action. I mean, it was like an act. It was like a movie. All these gang stalkers were at the park, and they had groups over here and groups over here and all this stuff. And I took out my camera and I was filming these people. It was good evidence, and you could tell they were talking to them V2K. They don't get earpieces in my program. They get V2K. And they were telling them not to run away and all this stuff, and they'd run away and they go back, and you know, it was totally somebody telling them what to do. V2K, you know. Believe me, I've looked for earpieces and all this stuff. They don't have them. They're getting V2K instructions on what to do, you know. So I had this good memory card. It was only like 2 gigabytes, but I had good evidence on that, and I hid it when I was in the psych ward. It disappeared. You know, no memory card. I don't have any clue of the memory. I don't know. I checked where I hid it and all this stuff. It's gone. You know, so they are worried, you guys, about us telling people about this stuff. You know, it's hard to deny what they're doing when we have evidence, video evidence on what they're doing. You know, it's hard to call you crazy when somebody leaves a gang stalking sign on your fence and saying boom boom and this and that, we're watching you and all this stuff. How can you know, can a medical professional tell you, oh, you're delusional? Look at this sign they left on my fence. How am I delusional? It's kind of hard to say that, right? You know? So I had very good evidence gathered up over the years, and they took it away from me. So I have nothing now. I have nothing. They know my password to Facebook. They know my password because my password is the same for everything. My bank accounts, Facebook, other email accounts, and all this stuff. They know my password, so they can hack into everything that I have and delete it. So they hack into my Facebook accounts. Oh, we're going to delete that pic. We don't want to know evidence of that, you know, because he might bring it to his nurse practitioner and she ain't going to know what to say, you know. How can you deny? How can you call me crazy when I have a sign, a physical sign here that says gang staker? Boom, boom, we're watching you, and all this other stuff on there. I'm telling you, man. They're all involved in my program anyway. But if you brought a sign to that where they left on your back fence and all this stuff, they would have a hard time saying you're delusional. When you physically bring a sign in that says gang staker, which is supposed to say gang stalker, and boom boom and all this stuff, we're watching you and all this stuff. It's kind of hard to call you crazy when you have evidence like that. But they took my evidence. I had that sign buried in my room. So either my relative took it and threw it away, or they took it. Like the last time I was in the hospital, I was in there for 12 hours. So they came in my room and they took that evidence. You know, are they afraid of getting caught? What are they afraid of? If everyone's involved in all this stuff, they're saying you're crazy and all this stuff, and delusional and all this stuff, what are they so afraid of? It's unreal. You know, I had a lot of good evidence on a memory card, and that memory card's gone. I had a lot of good evidence, you guys. You could see these guys. You could see them in motion at the park. I live the alley. I live the park is right across the alley from me, and they had tons of gang stalkers out there. I thought people were trying to hurt me and all this stuff. They were coming for me and they were gonna hurt me. I was paranoid. I admit I was paranoid during that time. They can make you very paranoid with these weapons, you know, but I'm not saying everyone's paranoid, but they can do that to us. And I had it all on videotape. I had groups of people, groups of gang stalkers and all this stuff, and they're at the park and all this stuff, and I was filming them, and they're running away, and then somebody told them not to run away, you know, I mean, you could see it, you could see the guy, you know, he's running away, because I had the camera out, and then someone told him, don't run away, and he went back, and, you know, it was unreal, you know, I thought all these people were here to hurt me. My gang stalking was huge in the beginning, and they kept that up for months until they let me know, well, you know, there's something going on here, and I was paranoid. I agree with that. But, you know, they can make you like that. But I'm not paranoid now. You know, so I'm sensitized to things now, like door slamming. I can tell when they're a perp or not. They slam their door super hard. They do something to show me they're a perp. You know? I mean, it's just, you know, I go to places where no one goes. And all of a sudden there's a guy he pulls up, he's watching you and all this stuff. And then when you look at him, he pretends like he's looking at his phone and all this stuff. You know, I go to places where nobody goes. Nobody goes there. I'm the only one there. And then they have a guy pull up and, you know, I mean, come on, give me a break. You know, we are targets and this is what we go through. Don't let anybody tell us that we're paranoid. They can make us paranoid. I agree with that. But we're not in that stage anymore, and we are being gang stalked. We are being gang stalked. You know, it may look, when you pull into a parking lot and there's 4 or 5 cars there, yeah, it may look normal. But if you lived in this neighborhood and you go to this park, you know that nobody goes there. Nobody goes there. But then all of a sudden there's 4 or 5 cars there. When you pull up, they're waiting for you. They're not doing anything. You know, they're not, I mean, you know, what are you going to do? You can't do anything about it. They're sitting in the cars watching you take your dog out for a potty break. You know, but nobody goes there. Of course, nobody goes there. You know, I lived in this town. I lived in this city, in this neighborhood my whole life. I had a house a couple blocks up and all this stuff. I know these people. And I can tell when people stick out and don't belong. You know, so when me and Max go to Wade Stadium, you know, there's a car sitting on the side of the road. That's odd. That's odd. It's out of place. We know. We're not being paranoid. We know what's going on. And some of these, I'll tell you, Ella's call. The moderators bring up paranoia on every call, okay? Oh, you're just paranoid. Nobody's slamming the doors. Nobody's following you. Oh, nobody. You know, whose side are they on? You know, we're sensitized to it. They sensitize to it, to us. You know, at the beginning of the program and all this stuff. You know, I don't know. Anyway, that's what's going on with me today. Other than that, it hasn't been that bad of a day. I kind of laid around a little bit and took Max out and I went for a ride and all this stuff. They didn't have the gang stalkers there tonight, but I get upset when people call us paranoid, because if you're outside a baseball game and somebody says F you and blah blah blah, you know, that's not being paranoid. Somebody is they're perping you. You know, I mean, you're not being paranoid. You know, you go to the park and somebody pulls right next to your truck, you know, and sits there and watches you. That's not paranoia. That is real crap. You know, they are perp, and they're told to go up to you and sit there and watch you. Well, nobody goes there. Nobody goes there. You know, I get upset about that when some of these leaders call us paranoid when we're not paranoid. It's like, whose side are you on? You know, whose side are you on, really? You know. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this off. Not much going on. I'm just hanging out with Tanner and stuff, and not much going on. So I'm gonna cut this off, you guys. I'm sorry for complaining. I'm complaining. I'm sorry for that, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this off. I hope you guys are doing well and having a good night, and let's beat this thing. Let's stick together and beat this thing, and let's write to people. Okay, I'll tell you this really quick. I sent an email. It bothered me so much. I sent an email like at 8 o'clock in the morning to that email address at thestate.gov. I can't remember what it is right now. I told them I was a victim of this. I told them there's thousands of us out there begging for help. You know, we're begging for help because we're in misery and people are torturing us for no reason, and we're trying to live life and we can't. I wrote to them and I got an automated response, the same automated response back I got before, which is, you know, if you're a government worker, we're looking out for government workers, and all. You know, I think that's totally for government workers. But keep on trying. You know, let's flood them with real TIs. You know, and let's get this over with. It's coming out. It's not going to stop. Anyway, that's what I did today. Anyway, so I'm going to cut this off, and I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys later.